Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sideline Sedo YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over some Liverpool transfer news for January 9th, 2024. There's a lot to discuss, a lot of rumors, a lot of transfer speculation, contract extensions, injury updates, whole works, lots of stuff to get into. So, as always, make sure to comment down below what your thoughts and opinions on all these news updates, what you have to say about it. And as always, like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe if you're new. We're going to start with the injuries, though, because personally, I think that's the biggest thing. Right off the bat, Pep Linders has said in a press conference that Trent will miss a few weeks due to a new knee injury. A knee injury isn't ideal. I'm looking at the Liverpool website, and he says, so he has a little tear in his lateral ligament of his knee, and he will need time to recover. He had a scan, and he will be out for a few weeks. So let's see after that. A little tear on the knee isn't necessarily, doesn't fill me with hope, but Trent didn't seem like he had any sort of problems in that last match against Arsenal. So I doubt that it's anything too significant. Few weeks is obviously significant, especially when the run-in for these next few weeks is, Fulham in the EFL Cup semifinal, Bournemouth, Fulham again, the FA Cup fourth round against Norwich or Bristol, I believe, and then Chelsea at home in the league. That's not ideal, especially when you add to the fact that for the month of January, these players aren't going to be able to play for Liverpool either due to international obligations or injuries. That list is Dominic Szoboszlai, Joel Matip, Mohamed Salah, Wataru Endo, Thiago Alcantara, Stefan Bajcetic, Andy Robertson, and Virgil van Dijk and Kostas Tsimikas. So it's a pretty hefty list. Not gonna lie, but I was impressed by Bobby Clark and Connor Bradley in the FA Cup against Arsenal. I thought they both had pretty good moments. Bradley pocketed Martinelli. Clark, even though he's a midfielder and wouldn't probably fill in for Trent, he had shown a lot of kind of know-how to get a tactical foul when Arsenal were about to counter, and honestly, that's impressive enough for me for a youngster who's barely had enough, minutes to have a full game under his belt for Liverpool. So very good stuff there in terms of youngster development. Sad to hear for Trent. Hopefully he can recover and be back for February onward for the final push in the season. Europa League, the Cups, and on top of that, the Premier League as well, obviously. Moving forward, we're going to start talking some contract extensions. So, Francois Plateau, fairly reliable Premier League journalist, he has came out with some news that, one, Curtis Jones has a pretty solid contract coming up on the horizon. He reported that on January 2nd, then again yesterday on the 8th. Beyond that, Trent is also, determined to sign a new long-term contract with Liverpool. So, tying up the Scousers, gotta love it. But this is the real meat and potatoes. Because as much as Trent and Curtis are a big part of the team, so are Klopp and Salah. And according to Francois Plateau, confirmed by club sources at LFC, Mo Salah's contract extension is almost guaranteed, and the club is aiming to extend Jurgen Klopp's contract until 2028. That is like the whole kit and caboodle for Liverpool fans. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I honestly would love for all of these things to happen. Salah extension. There's also some news regarding his agent, Ramy Abbas. Ramy Abbas had stated in response to Santi Awona, Santi_J_FM for Foot Mercado, who said, this is kind of weird that he's responding to this now, almost a year later. But basically, in response to an article that Santi wrote regarding, possibly Salah going to Saudi or Spain, effectively that, Salah was gonna gear up for a move away from Liverpool. Ramy Abbas, Salah's agent, said, "You just don't know," which is ominous to say the least. What do I just not know, or what does Santi just not know? Ramy Abbas, is it a new contract? Because last time he did this, he was kind of prodding the bear, and he's seemingly a fairly smart guy because he's used these tactics before. He's gotten Salah a fantastic contract extension in the past. I think he's doing the same here. Fingers crossed, hoping for the best. But yeah, in terms of Mo, that's awesome. To talk about Jurgen Klopp extending possibly, I mean, if he stays until 2028, let's rock, baby. I'm ready. I as long as Jurgen is comfortable with staying at the club, keep him. I'm fully behind the man. Have been since the jump. Will be until he leaves. Preferably on his own accord rather than the club, telling him to leave. But amazing stuff possibly on the horizon in terms of extensions. Obviously, no official statement on any of this from the club, but very interesting stuff. Beyond that, there are some pretty interesting updates in the realm of the transfer news for Liverpool. Specifically that, according to, once again, Francois Plateau, Liverpool have sought a versatile defender this January, are now set to intensify this search after Trent Alexander-Arnold's knee injury. And then somebody asked any ideas on who we would be looking at, and he said soon. So honestly, to me, that kind of strikes me as someone who could probably play either, as a left back and a right back, or someone who could play as a center back and a right back. I don't know who that would be. There's, no kind of updates in that lane, but good news. I think this is a good move regardless if Trent is fit or injured. You would need a versatile defender for the final half of the season regardless. So I'd fully back that. I'd be interested to see Liverpool bring in. Also, this report from Francois Plateau that Liverpool has been closely monitoring RB Salzburg's Lucas Gourna-Douat this season, and the French midfielder is, quote, admired by the Merseyside club. Liverpool love admiring players. Liverpool have admired a lot of players that they haven't signed, and they've admired a lot of players like Virgil or Gravenberch, and they've signed them. McAllister, I'm pretty sure there was reports that wrote as like Liverpool admire Alexis McAllister. So who knows? I know very little of Lucas Gourna-Douat. I mean, Salzburg has a very good kind of system. Someone here is saying, oof, he's so good in FM24, which doesn't really matter. I mean, there's not many comments on this. This news just broke like 20 minutes ago. So very, very interesting stuff in terms of that. Seeing that Liverpool apparently starting to kind of dip their toes into the transfer window, looking at, midfielders, looking at versatile defenders in the wake of Trent Alexander-Arnold's knee injury. All very positive stuff. The contract extensions, I mean, they get me pretty happy. The Trent injury is definitely kind of a blow, but hopefully this news can cheer you up. And if it did, give the video a like, consider subscribing if you're new, and make sure to comment down below with your thoughts on all this news for Liverpool. Contract extensions, the injury, the updates regarding transfer news, all of it. Let me know what you think, and make sure to subscribe if you're new, and like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.